Hello, the wide world website. I'm Ben, that's Dan, and you're watching / listening / tasting. Don't do that, Dan's very dirty. Hack the Dino, a fortnightly variety show giving you, yes you, a lighthearted take on all the gaming and comics news and views.
Oh, what a beautiful intro.
I've been workshopping that. I don't like it. It's very stilted. I feel like I'm reading the news.
We'll keep workshopping it.
I'll work on that. This week we're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct, which came out, 10 hours ago, as we're recording this. Friday morning it came out here in Australia. It's Friday night. That's how time works. And we're going to tell you how we spent our time while watching it with our eyes. We're going to talk about Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4, because that's a little game that came out recently that 2/3 of the Hack the Dino team have played.
Yo.
Guess who the odd one out is?
It's me.
And finally, we're going to talk about remakes and whether they're a good, bad, or something else entirely. Ooh.
And are there enough of them?
Gab.
Oh, there's enough
Gad.
of them, trust me.
Those Gad games.
But first, Dan, what's up? What's new? What have you been playing? How's Greenlight Comics, from which we are currently sitting, drinking our coffee?
So many questions.
Roasted by me.
I've been playing... I played...
Well, how are you first?
How am I? I'm beautiful.
How's the shop? How's Greenlight Comics?
The shop is lovely. It's going great. And we've got Batman Day. But by the time this comes out, Batman Day's just been.
If
So you guys
Greenlight
seen it?
Comics came up on your Tinder, which way would you swipe?
I don't know which way the swipes are.
Neither do I. Brayden?
Up.
No, that's to get to the iPhone menu.
I don't know which is the right one.
Yeah, that'd be... I'd swipe up to get to the iPhone
Is
menu
right
and go to
right?
delete.
Do you go right to they're the right one?
Brayden, you're supposed to know these
Yeah,
things.
you're a millennial. This is your technology.
I've had my girlfriend this entire time.
Brayden's like us. He doesn't know the joys of Tinder.
Yeah.
The joy.
The
Or
joys.
the crying of Tinder.
Or the STIs of Tinder.
There we go.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm fine. So I've been playing more Dusk, obviously. I did my live stream.
Yeah, that went really
which-
well from what I saw and was badgering you with online.
It's going to be a lot better this time. Got new cameras, got everything. It's going to be the best.
Did you know it was me?
Well, yeah.
Because you
know,
kept saying Mr. Ben.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
like,
I-
no, it's clearly Mr. Benjamin, firstly.
No. The thing I've noticed
Call me on my real
from watching other Twitch streamers is you just say the first part of someone's name so they know who you're talking about. So if there's a name that's like Mook Dog 1944, you just say like Mook Dog. Ooh,
Right.
table.
All right, calm down.
Mook Dog. Yeah, I don't know why I said that,
Get
but
fired up.
But yeah. So yeah, you don't have to say everyone. You don't have to say their whole username. You just like kind of do a version of it so people know who they are.
Give a nickname to the nickname.
Yeah, exactly.
So you enjoyed that?
Yeah. I had a bunch of people on there. I thought it was pretty good for my first go.
So did I, actually. I was very happy. Very happy with how you went
You
and
were,
what
yeah.
you did.
I had a couple of kids on there that I done school talks for that were very chatty.
They loved it.
One of them stayed the whole 3 hours
Yeah.
and pretty much asked questions and chatted the whole time.
One of them was, should I play Fortnite instead of watch this?
Did he say that?
He did. So I was in the YouTube chat. I don't know if you saw that.
I was
but-
dual streaming to YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, so
as
I
a
was in the
test.
YouTube chat.
and Mixer,
Yeah.
which
I was,
none
in
of us
the,
have checked.
I was in the YouTube chat as the Hack the Dino admin. So I was being all prim and proper in there and answering their questions when you were busy playing.
Yeah, I noticed. I didn't know that was happening because I couldn't see the answers coming
I was going to
up.
ask that question. Probably should have done that before the show. And I was also, as myself, in the Twitch, just feeding you info and saying, no, say this. Now say this. Like at one stage I said, plug the website and plug the YouTube. And you just go, oh, yeah. We're talking.
No, I think I put that in. I was going to plug it all at the end. I did.
But I put it there. I wrote it up there, and it was like we were having a conversation. Like I had physically said to you, make sure you plug the web stream. And you just went, you obviously read it. And went, oh yeah. You should go over to YouTube.com. Anyway, that's why we love you, Dan.
Perfect.
I'm clever.
So what have you been playing besides that?
Dusk.
Dusk. That's it.
Octopath Traveler, and I did a little bit of Wonder Boy. I'm going to do Wonder Boy as my next my next Twitch stream.
I'm saving Octopath Traveler for my plane flight over to Japan in about 3 weeks.
You're fully not going to get very far in 1 week.
Oh no, I've played a bit of it.
Oh,
But I'm not past the first act yet. I'm still gathering all the peoples. because I've had other things to play, one of which was the aforementioned Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But I also, last Friday, I was just scrolling through the Nintendo eShop, so having a sale on some indie games.
Whoa.
And one that I picked up for $2 was called One Strike.
I think I know this.
It's funnily enough, a pixelated game.
Oh man, there's so many.
Yeah. We
I'll
had
get
this
back to that.
discussion.
No, but I'll get back to it again.
We've had that discussion twice now.
But this week on Steam, there's like 4 new ones.
So you pick a warrior or a samurai. You're in feudal Japan, and it's a one-on-one fighter like Street Fighter. But if you get hit once with the weapon or the sword, you're dead. So there's blocks and there's parries, and you just go forward and backwards and like raise the tension, then strike, and hopefully you hit them. And it's a really cool game.
I was gonna say that sounds really cool.
Yeah, and it was only $2.
Do you remember Prosciutto Blade?
No.
So that was a game on the PS1, and it was set in feudal samurai times. And and so it was like one of those ones where you had strikes and all that. But with your characters, if you hit the other character in the leg, they couldn't use their leg.
Nice.
And so you could lose an arm, not lose it, but it'll go down, and then you're trying to fight that. But then you could you could hit both their legs and their arm, and they just have one arm, and they'd be laying on the ground, flinging around their sword.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, but no, it was hilarious. It was the funnest, most hilarious game. Because 2-player, you do the most ridiculous, you'd be sizing each other up, and then one of you just go whoa, and just kill the other one in 10 seconds.
This game is more about the tension of getting the correct distance to make a strike, because each of the weapons have different ranges.
Yeah, that's kind of what this one was.
And if you get it in, blood splurts out everywhere, and you lie on the ground, and that's it.
One of the other good things I remember about Bushido Blade is it had the ninja scroll one in the bamboo, field, and you actually, as you hit them as you're fighting, they would fall down.
Nice.
It was rad. It was so. They did a second one as well, apparently.
Well, should we crack on to news? Because we've already delved a fair bit into the show. This is going to be a long show. We've got a lot to cover. So I'll quickly go through some of the news that isn't the Nintendo Direct. First up, Assassin's Creed Odyssey has announced their DLC, even before the game's been released.
Of course.
A part of that DLC is Assassin's Creed 3 Remake.
Assassin's Creed 3 Remake.
So they're remaking the game, and it's going to be the DLC for Odyssey.
Odyssey's the one with the lady?
You can be. It's the new one's coming out in Greek.
So there hasn't been one out where you can be an assassin lady.
In Syndicate, you were a brother and a sister, and sometimes
Yeah,
you
but
play
this-
brother,
yeah,
sometimes you play
but the
sister.
main-
This one you can choose just one.
Yeah, right.
And they
And,
do
they've already announced the DLC. They haven't brought it out. Theoretically, couldn't they just bring it out? That should have been with the game. If you're bringing it out...
We went through this last time. Sometimes they need to get the game out by a certain point in order to please the shareholders. It is a business after all. And then the DLC is there to firstly give you something a little bit extra, but also to get that secondary media hit.
It's also so weird that they're remastering an entire game as DLC.
Yeah, well, it's strange, isn't it?
That's weird. And I really liked Assassin's Creed 3, as you will see in the Nostalgia episode that comes out early next month.
Plug.
Plug. But, why would you just put that I mean, it'll be available a month later for
Of course.
Because
But, it's easy to make. They just go to the file, right-click, save as, 1080p. No, we'll go up to 4K.
No.
That's how it works, right?
Crash the computer.
Give me your hate mail, developers. Give it all to me. I think I've worked out why Team Cherry doesn't want to come back on. Also announced after the Nintendo Direct that all the Westerner people saw, in Japan, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming to the Switch in a very similar way as Resident Evil did, in that it's a cloud streaming game as opposed to a digital game. So it is there, however, we won't be able to play it outside of Japan.
Wow. Get a couple of quick games in when you're in Japan.
Well, speaking of Japan, I don't think it'll be released before then. Speaking of Japan, the Tokyo Game Show is coming up next weekend, September 20, and announcements have started to trickle out. PlayStation's announced some stuff. They released the Sekiro trailer with some gameplay. It looked pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen it, Dan.
Explain it to me.
The Shadows Die Twice, Samurai Dark Souls
yeah.
thing.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I thought it was
totally Dark Souls. You're just looking at it. Just looking at
I'm
it, I'm getting
always-
flashbacks going, no.
I'm always apprehensive to get a new Dark Souls-esque game, like Bloodborne when that came out. I waited so long for Bloodborne, and then I just cracked and got it. But the same thing happened. I just got so into it, it consumed my life, and then I just finished it and went, that was horrible. Why did I do that? And now I'm like... So I'm I'm getting to the point where I don't. I think I'll hold out on it until the very.
No, we made a deal. You're getting that and playing it, and I'm getting Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay. That's all I needed.
Kingdom Hearts 3 also revealed the Big Hero 6 world. So they're the two announcements that come out. I'm looking forward to the Tokyo Game Show. Kind of bummed that my trip isn't lining up with it.
It's funny. It reminds me of like a game show just about Tokyo knowledge. The Tokyo Game Show.
Makers of Shadow of the Colossus have announced they're making a new IP. And I, as sure as one, can't wait to see it in 25 years.
Yeah.
Samurai Showdown is back as Samurai Spirits, and it's using the Unreal Engine from Epic.
Yeah.
Epic
Wait,
own
really?
Epic own the Unreal Engine and Fortnite because they just love Scrooge McDuck and diving into that big old money pit.
It's breaking their neck when they hit the money.
Hey, that's physics. It has no place in this show. So Samurai Spirits look pretty cool. Look really good. Still a 2D fighter. Maybe it's a bit of a 2.5D fighter.
Ooh.
That should be our catchphrase. Hack the Dino more. Hack the Dino. Now in 2.5D. Sorry?
A t-shirt design like that.
Yes, Hack the Dino. Now in 2.5D.
That's it.
Don't steal that. That's ours.
TM.
Yep. Brayden, can you get on the internet now
Yeah.
and just trademark that slogan?
Should be like 2.5 delicious.
No, it shouldn't. Wolfens, don't laugh at him. You only encourage him.
Because it was so bad.
Wolfenstein 3 is being confirmed by Bethesda, and it is coming to Switch. And in weird news from this day and age, there's going to be a new Intellivision console with more info coming out October 20th.
This is just going to be like that Atari and all them.
And isn't that a cluster and a half?
A cluster bomb.
Has that come out yet? Or?
No, just in Tesla cars.
That's right.
What? Yeah, like these games. See, going back that far. This is my problem with these old consoles. Going back that far to your Ataris, your Intellivisions, your ColecoVisions, and stuff like that.
Snap.
You theoretically should be able to put every single game
On one cartridge.
on a drop of water.
Have you seen that?
and give it to people
There is a GIF that did the internet rounds a couple of years ago. And it was a single screenshot out of Super Mario Brothers. And it said something like, the original Super Mario Brothers was 253K. This image is over 500K.
Yeah, the GIF. Yeah, exactly. That's what you should be able to get. And there's no reason. Like, that IP is so old. I'm sure the people who made most of those games are dead. Like,
It's not that long ago. The gaming industry is only 40-odd years old.
nah, but back in the days of the ColecoVision and television, those dudes were like grey little dudes, like hunchback guys, like coding for the love of it. Those guys just turned to
The views
dust.
of Dan McGuinness are not that of Greenlight Comics
And-
or Hack the Dino.
Or ever accurate.
Not based on any research, which I'm sure if you're a watcher of Hack the Dino, you know that nothing Dan says comes from a field of research.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, we're going to move on to the Nintendo Direct now. This was a big one. Now, I've taken the keynotes. I've tried to cut it down as
Don't
much
rush
as
it,
I
though.
can.
Let's just make it a long show.
All right, sure. Because...
Brayden loves editing a bit more.
That's great.
Okay, so Nintendo Direct. We opened up with an announcement trailer for Luigi's Mansion 3. That's the tentative title. Luigi's dead, though. So, game's cancelled.
But I thought that... So... Because remember I thought with the Smash Brothers thing that when they had Luigi and everyone was dying?
Yep.
And I thought, is that just another Luigi's castle? What is it? Mansion? Was it from that?
No. Luigi's alive. He's got his vacuum. And he's gone around sucking off all those ghosts.
I beg your pardon?
Sucking up all those ghosts.
Okay.
Ooh.
Or do I?
People say I don't do my research.
Then we went into 3DS because, you might as well just get that.
That's still
Wait,
exists.
They're still releasing games for it. They're supporting it through to
Nah, just-
2019.
Skip all the news of 3DS. No one cares.
But I thought it was this thought came into my head while watching. Oh, that's really smart. Because I opened up with a brand new Switch game and then straight away got the 3DS stuff out because I knew it's not going to be that popular and then went on to all the Switch stuff. So it's just really good editing there, Nintendo.
Well, that's how you set up a supermarket. You put all your stuff, and then the milk's at the back. So, because you always need the milk. You go all the way down.
All the way through.
Put your Nintendo Switch with the milk.
So we've got ports of Kirby's Epic Yarn coming to 3DS.
Yep.
Luigi Mansion, which we knew was coming to the 3DS, the first game, now has a 2-player support. If both players own the game, they can play co-op. with one just being like a green Luigi-esque thing, like a blob that's shaped like Luigi, and then the actual Luigi. If only one person has it, they can download the game and play a boss rushing mode, which is, it's pretty good. Also announced it had Amiibo support. There was an announcement of something of Yokai Watch, which was huge in Japan. Last time I was over in Japan, Yokai Watch was everywhere, and it just really failed to take on over here. So that new game's out.
People they had Pokemon, they had Beyblade. Was it Beyblade? Is that what they call it?
Beyblade died years ago. They didn't have Digimon, though. Did they, Alex?
Digimon.
No.
Poor Alex.
Do you know why? Digimon suck. Then we got back into... And it was literally... They came back to the gentleman who was hosting. I forget his name now. And he literally said, okay, enough of that. Let's talk about the Switch. Like, even they're dismissing it.
Nice.
Got a laugh track here.
You've got Static playing.
So, Dan's preoccupied because he's still running the shop for some reason. while we're filming.
Static playing in the background.
Actually, yeah.
Capcom Beat 'em Up Battle has been announced for September 18. It's a single cart or CD, but this is for the Nintendo Switch. It has Final Fight on it, Knights of the Round, Armored Warriors, Battle Circuit, and they all have online play. So it's pretty awesome. No one saw that coming.
Except, doesn't everyone own all those?
I don't.
I do. They're over there.
Yeah, but that's a MAME cabinet.
No, it's not. Shh.
I mean, that's not an illegal
I
cabinet.
have all the jammer boards over there. I swap them around every month.
Mario Brothers Wii U is getting a deluxe.
This was really hard to work out what was going on with this. It's Wii U D dot, and then
It's Mario Brothers for the Wii, but on the Switch, and it's called Deluxe, like Mario Kart 8.
And there's a Luigi.
And
part to
Luigi,
it?
yeah. So the year of Luigi, they released a version of the Mario Brothers Wii U game.
What's the year of Luigi?
Luigi had a year
What year?
to celebrate. I don't know, being a loser.
Celebrate bringing the other brother.
Funnily enough, do you know which year was the worst year Nintendo had financially?
Luigi's?
I'm not kidding you. The year of Luigi was Nintendo's worst year in about 20, 30 years.
He probably lives on the 13th floor as well. Luigi.
So that's coming out. Enjoy that. Huge. I made a physical noise when I saw this come out.
Oh boy.
Katamari Damacy remastered.
Damacy.
Damacy. Dr. Darcy.
Degrassi?
Degrassi. Katamari Degrassi.
Yeah,
It's coming out.
and it's the original one, isn't it?
It is.
Oh man, I remember that game. I downloaded the soundtrack and listened to it.
I quite often put it on the end of the podcast.
Yeah, and because I get to the end of the podcast all the time. Yeah, like for those who don't know what it is, there would be people out there who don't know.
No, they would.
Katamari Damacy is like you're basically a little man.
Damacy.
You're basically a little man and you're pushing around a big ball, which is sticky, and whatever you roll over, it sticks to it. And the aim of it is to get your ball really, really big. And that's it.
And you have to defeat. Well, he was the good king who's been naughty. Something like that.
Oh yeah. You don't try and understand the
No.
lords or the kings in it.
No.
They're all like wacky dudes that don't make any sense.
Anyway, I was
But
really
beautiful music,
Oh.
cute graphics, 3D world, and you're picking up real world objects. So you're like a little tiny man. So you're rolling on tables, picking up matchsticks and coins, and by the end you're picking up buildings. And I think at one stage you can roll up like hemispheres and stuff of the world.
Hemispheres? I know there was animals that you could get.
No, like you can get so big in some of the old levels that you roll up like the whole continents and stuff.
Awesome. So you can
Not
play that.
Not
on the
hemispheres,
Switch.
continents. Sorry.
That's coming late 2018. Then we were treated to the online features for the Nintendo. So Nintendo Online, I think they're calling it now. Very original.
What was it called before?
It was called the
Plus?
Virtual Shop
Oh, virtual shop. Yeah.
before, but they ditched that. So what we're getting now, they broke it down into 5 tiers of their online service. So it's coming out September 18, which is
Cheers
next
of
week.
all their fans waiting for it.
You get a 7-day trial.
Ooh,
And then
7
sign up for
days.
it.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Not a
1
month.
week.
Not a month like
Not
the usual people.
Not the year and a half we've had. So it comes with Nintendo NES Classics, ANES Classics to play with online capabilities.
So that's all the classics.
No, it's 20 of them, with
Probably
more
just-
coming each month.
Well, it's probably just all the ones that just Nintendo IP that they own.
At the moment, yeah. Then you've got a save data cloud, which doesn't work for some games, like Pokemon Let's Go.
Or any of them.
Yep.
Isn't that like the one you would want it for?
Well, no, because from what I read, they're being very careful about, like, okay, I'm going to be a bit defamatory, but Pokemon players usually like to cheat and hack games in order to get items to give them one edge. Yeah. And by having a save cloud, it makes it a lot easier for them to cheat.
Right.
You get integration with the smartphone app. Because, you don't want a voice chat thing built into the Switch itself. You have to go hold drap here and talk into it. Or, use one of the many other more sensible ways. You also get special offers, which will be revealed soon. So, in other words, they don't know. Okay. You get special offers. One thing they did also announce with it that I thought was extremely cool and I'm extremely excited about is NES controllers to play all the old NES games with, but they're wireless Joy-Cons. And they slide into the side of your Switch to play. So as soon as I get them, Joy-Cons are gone. Yeah. They're going in and sitting on my Switch the whole time.
That's cool.
Here's the one caveat, though. You can only purchase these through a website once you've subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online or Nintendo Online. And it's one set per person or per account.
Well, you only have one Switch usually, don't you?
Well, there's two in my house, soon to be 3.
Switches?
Yep.
Yeah, but means you can buy 3.
Yeah. But I thought that was really cool.
So shops can't buy them and resell them?
No, you have to order it through a site and pay it on site. And I really like that idea. It does give that Switch Online some kind of, desirability. Besides, the games you can play on your Nintendo Mini that you got recently. Yeah, so that was all for the online.
And they're just reselling the same old stuff, aren't they?
The suckers like me who've bought Mario Brothers 20 times, and I'm going to keep on buying it.
It's the that's why they make money, Nintendo. They just keep selling the fans the same thing.
Yep, and we keep on buying it. Now on to Dan's favourite segment. I'm going to talk about the Pokemon news very, very quickly. I'm going to roll in the Pokemon Go news.
I just feel like I haven't done much talking in this episode.
No, you've been pretty quiet, Dan, hey.
Well, chip in when you want.
I can't. There's no wins.
Put your hand up. I'm just trying to run through it because we're 20 minutes in and I'm about halfway through. Yes, Dan.
Can we skip Pokemon?
No. I'll be quick, though. So a new Switch console has been announced to go with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Just like a graphics or something? Look.
No. So the port has a picture of Eevee on one side and a picture of Pikachu on one side and Joy-Cons that are coloured.
But it's not new hardware.
No. It's just cosmetic.
Yep.
So I asked my girlfriend if she wanted a Switch.
And she said...
She goes, yeah, all right.
She said, get out of my house.
So there goes $600. There's going to be no HMs in the game, but special techniques. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dan, HMs were hidden machines, which gave your Pokemon specific abilities you needed in order to traverse the map. However, you had to have a Pokemon that only used... They were called HM slaves. You had to have one Pokemon... Yeah, not in that gen. No, it was usually Rattata or something useless like that. It's like Cut or Surf or something like that in order to traverse the match. Anyway, so now Eevee or Pikachu come with those moves. They're called special techniques.
H&M.
So you're not going to need HMs anymore. And in Pokemon Go, I'll be very, very quick. Very, very soon, you can submit places to be Pokestops, which is awesome. That'll be cool. They're rolling that out in Brazil.
I've already got one out the front of my shop.
I'm making my toilet one. Kanto Pokemon are out now, and you can get regional variants in the 7K eggs. And finally, Geodude and Grimer are now shiny. So get onto that flicky flick, walky walk game of Pokemon Go that everyone loves.
All right, that's done. Thank God.
Go, Dan.
Okay, back to the direct. No, we're going back to the... I told you I'm only halfway through. Game Freak have announced a new game, which is coming in 2019. It's tentatively titled Town. All takes place in one fictional town where monsters come and you have to battle them with different town folk.
Which is not a Pokemon game?
No, it's not. No, there's monsters, but they're not pocket-sized monsters.
They're big boys.
They are the large mans.
So it says Mon.
Monsters.
So you have to
Montown.
The help of people within the town to defeat the big scaries.
So you collect the people.
Yeah. Sure. All right, I'm going to go into quick fire releases now. So if you do want to talk about anything on this list, I did print you off a run sheet.
Have you? I'm going to get it.
I did give it to you.
Run sheet, how professional.
We're on page 2. Okay, quick fire releases, Dan.
Page
Stop me
2 of 14.
if you want to talk about any of these. So, Diablo 3 Remastered is coming out November 2nd.
Yep, that makes sense.
Good. Thank you for that input.
Cool.
Mario Party is out October 5th. I don't know if we got a release date for this or if this was the big announcement that it was out.
What number of Mario Party is that? 5?
11 or something.
11?
A lot.
11? Really?
Yeah.
Is that a joke?
No, there's been heaps.
Is that what, 1, 2 a year?
Well, there was 3 on the Nintendo 64.
There were heaps on the DS as well, weren't there?
Yeah.
Oh, 64. I thought it started on like the Wii U.
No.
It's the first time I ever saw it.
City Skylines, which is basically Sim City, is out today with all the DLC included.
Free DLC. That's what it should be.
Well, it's come out on previous systems beforehand, so it's a little bit easier to do
I
that,
really
Dan.
liked that game.
Nothing's as good as SimCity 2000.
True.
How do you find it? Have you played it, Brayden?
City Skylines. I played it when it came out initially, and there were quite a few fun bugs with it. But I loved it for a little while, and then I just dropped off it entirely.
Can you get Godzilla to come out and destroy your city?
I'm fairly certain there's still disasters and stuff.
But Godzilla?
Maybe not Godzilla. Maybe there's a mod.
Oh, okay. What was he called in Sims? Wasn't he called Godkiller or something like that in SimCity?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway.
I still like destroying the cities.
Yeah.
The water systems, I still like doing that as well. The plumbing.
Sewage.
You're an animal.
Sewage.
Daemon X Machina is still coming. Yep, it's a good mech game.
Yep, cool.
Yoshi's Crafted World, which the
Is
title
that-
was leaked. It's Yoshi in a craft type setting.
Didn't he do a yarn one?
No, the yarn one was last.
Woolly World?
Yeah, Woolly World. Yeah, and Kirby had a yarn one.
Yes,
which is
that's it.
the
So Craft
core.
World is just going to be like cardboard,
Yeah.
paper
I-
Mario.
Labo.
Man,
It'll be a Labo thing.
Yeah.
get over the crafts.
Well, they are a kid company. Tabletop games are coming to the Switch. I didn't make a list because there was a whole heap and I don't know what any of them are. The names that stood out to me were Lord of the Rings and Catan.
And there was Pandemic?
Pandemic's on there.
Yeah, I think.
That's a
Well,
biggie.
coming.
Yeah.
Civilization... Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know about these like digitized board games, like because there's like the card game ones, like all like you can play as well on the Steam. I don't know what it's called, but like
There's
Destiny
the
and all them.
Tabletop Simulator.
yeah,
on-
tabletop simulators.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just does every single game, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Just play it. Just get into it. Get into booster packs. Crack them open. Buy them from my store. Make me money.
Oh, there we are.
There it
There's the real thing. Mr.
Yeah.
Hidden Agenda here.
Yeah. Yes.
Civilization 6 is coming out
Wow. I
November 16th.
I tried to play those Civ games. Nah, don't get it.
Same.
I have people that love it. And I'm like, I might be able to get into this. And I thought, maybe my wife would like it. And both of us are like, what are you, like, why is everything a hexagon?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Yeah, nah.
You go into it thinking it's SimCity, and
Yeah, and like, the buildings are like this big and like as big as a planet. And I don't know.
I could never get into them.
Yeah.
Wasn't my jam. Starlink revealed Wolf from Star Fox, which is Star Fox's nemesis. It's out October 16. That game looks pretty cool, purely from the fact it looks like a Star Fox game that I'd actually enjoy playing.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of just flying games in
all
general.
it took was for it to not be a Star Fox game.
All it took was for Nintendo to go, all right, you make it.
Yeah.
Warframe is coming out
Oh.
October 18th.
On Switch.
Yep.
So do you know about Warframe?
No.
So Warframe is a massively multiplayer online free game. So I wonder if it's going to be free.
Oh, well, I mean, Nintendo has other free games on
And
there,
it,
so...
On Nintendo
It's it-
Online.
Is it free or is it freemium?
freemium.
No, because Nintendo have said those free games aren't going to have
that's right, yes.
restrictions, so you can still play Fortnite
Yeah.
and whatever other games they've got.
Against other people as well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know much about Warframe apart from the thing. It's kind of like Destiny, but like very grindy. But I think I've taken a bit of the grinding out nowadays. It's the only game I know that Nick, who I own the business with, he played it to the point of where he was getting weapons that he was selling for real world money for
my
like
God.
$40 and $30 and stuff. So you can make money if you play it enough. But you're going to put in, it's not worth it. You're going to put in 900 hours of work to sell a $40 sword.
Speaking of making money, this next game is sure going to rocket up those sales charts. Just Dance, whatever version, is out October 23.
Like a version.
Is that a match game?
No, it's a dancing game.
Remember the mats?
No, I've got the GameCube mat.
Dance mat.
Quite rare, actually.
Nice.
I think it was Waluigi's first appearance.
Maybe.
Yeah, because he was the main villain.
Oh my god, really?
Yep. The Mario dance game on the GameCube, I'm pretty sure, was Waluigi's first appearance.
That's hilarious.
And yeah, was he a dancing man?
Yeah.
He's like...
Because Waluigi isn't owned by Nintendo. Did you know that?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, it's not one of their original IP.
Damn.
Oh, Waluigi, not
Waluigi, the purple guy with the big.
Oh,
crooked
yeah.
nose.
I thought we were talking about... Wow, what's the other guy's name?
Wario.
Wario.
Yeah, so he's owned
They're all
by
the
Nintendo.
worst ideas. Like,
Waluigi for me was the last straw. And like they put an upside down L. It's like, what are you talking about?
yeah, and it wasn't...
It's a Tetris piece on his hat, and you're calling him what? Get out, Nintendo. But I still love you.
Genius.
You just frustrate me so much. FIFA, whatever year it is coming out September 28.
Kick a ball.
Brayden, Sonic Team Racing,
Oh, yeah.
2018.
Here it is. It's all happening.
NBA 2K19, November 2018. NBA Playgrounds 2, 2018.
Is that like a street ball game?
It's a NBA Jam clone.
Oh, maybe all right.
Lego DC Supervillains is out October 16.
Turn the page.
And now
Turn your pages.
we're into Dan's realm. We're almost done with the Nintendo
Can you put
Direct.
a chime in there, Brayden? When you hear the chime, turn the page.
Do they still have those in schools?
I don't know.
You're at
I don't know.
schools?
Can't remember what they're called.
What?
Read
Like the big
along.
test?
Do you
No.
even know what we're talking about, Brayden?
No.
It's you used to get a tape with a book, like a kid's
And we're
book.
talking about a cassette tape.
A cassette tape,
you can
and you
still
put it
get
in,
those, yeah, you can
and it'd go every time you hear this sound,
Yeah.
turn the page.
Yeah, you can still get them.
I've got one of
Patsy and the Bandit were walking along the beach.
yeah. No. Blah, blah, blah. I've got one of
Patsy
those.
said to the Bandit, "My goodness, your arms are big."
The bandit banged her.
Okay, well, I was going to be a little bit more subtle, but sure.
Bandit?
Anyway, what are you going to...
Yeah, I used to have a Gremlins one of it. And it's
Really?
so weird because Gremlins came out and it's you even watch it now and it's pretty scary. Like it actually is a full-on horror movie.
I didn't watch that
and
until
it
I was a little bit older.
yeah, it's marketed. All the marketing of Gremlins is so for young kids when it first came out. I've got like little towels and stuff and these readers with tapes. Have you watched Gremlins recently?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's
I
pretty
still
scary.
don't like it. I didn't like it
Oh,
when
man,
I was
I
young.
love it.
Don't like it now.
I love it.
Give me Jaws.
No, Jaws is boring. It's just a bunch of dudes talking and then you see a shark at the end. and then
Well,
it blows up.
I can see you're going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you in the ass.
True.
Jaws.
Jobs.
Final Fantasy time! Big surprises on the Final Fantasy front during the Nintendo Direct. Basically, Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 10-2 HD Remaster are all coming in 2019. Which is pretty cool. You've never played 7, so there you go.
Nah, I'm going to wait
No?
for the remake. The remake. I want the good graphics.
Is that still happening though?
Yeah, it'll happen.
When was the last?
They promised. They can't break a promise.
Yeah, they never do that.
That's true. Oh,
10-2 is the most embarrassing thing that's ever existed in the Final Fantasy world. The fact that they even did 10-2, like 10 was like, what? It was such a good Final Fantasy game. It was like one of my favorite. It had the fighting system that I love, that turn base. You know, where you can plan, you can put haste on someone and see the actual physical characters like turn, go back. And then 10-2 came, and they had all this character building. And then 10-2, they just scrapped all that and just made these characters dance.
Yep.
Sweet.
Makes sense.
And
I want to know why 8 isn't there. 7, 9, 10, 10-2.
8's an online one.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the two
Oh, wait,
copies that King Kaiju has in his cabinet.
12.
12, I'm thinking of.
Well, funny you should say 12 because Final Fantasy 12 is also coming to the Switch in 2019 with a special speed mode.
Yeah, because that's an online one. That's one no one played here because no one had their stuff online back then.
Right. Crystal Chronicles was announced for 2019. That's a remaster as well, so it looks pretty cool. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket HD is out today. I don't see the point in that. It's the same game, but with graphics that mobile phones can handle.
God.
So just normal, because it's about the same as the Switch, isn't it?
Oh, well, Final Fantasy 15.
Which one was that one?
It's the latest one.
Oh, the
was the boy
Lightning?
band one.
Lightning?
The
Yeah.
boy band.
Boy band one.
Oh, no, that was rad.
Yeah, so it's that game,
Yeah, 15 was
but
right.
with chibis.
Nah.
Yeah,
Bin it.
I have to admit, it
That's
does
rough.
not...
Bin it. Bin it.
Does
Bin
not
it
appeal to me at
harder
all.
than you can ever bin anything.
You're thinking of a 13. Lightning was 13.
Yeah, that was
There was
rough.
3 games from that series.
Did they get 13-1, 13-2?
They did 13-1, 13 2, and then lightning.
Can someone please
turn
teach
something.
Squaresoft how to count?
They won't. They won't listen. They're like, we invented numbers.
World of Final Fantasy Maxima is out November 6th.
It's too much Final Fantasy news.
And finally, Chocobo
Chocobo.
Dungeon with new co-op mode is out in 2018.
So, yeah, let's not even, yeah. Just look at the pictures that are playing.
Yeah, Brayden's put them up.
There it is.
It's all
Nintendo also released a Switch console on November 2nd for Smash Brothers Ultimate. And I have to say, this thing looks ugly as hell. It looks like one of the cheap stickers that you find at one of those dodgy markets that you put on the side of your Switch. And it
Is that all it is? It's like a graphic on it.
It's like 2 graphics on the port and like the Smash Brothers stripes.
The Joy-Cons are just the grey Joy-Cons with lines on them.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they're going to be wanting 600, and it comes with a download code. See, the Pokemon one comes with the game and the Pokeball device. This comes with a download code.
That's rough.
But they're going to sell 1 million Switches with it, so take a good hard look at yourself. And then rounding out the Nintendo Direct, Isabelle, the she's yellow. Yellow poodle-looking thing from Animal Crossing is joining Smash.
The weirdest trailer.
It was a trailer, and this is why I hate Animal Crossing. Because it took 10 minutes to get to the point. She sat there going...
She's just talking the entire time.
And it took 10 minutes, and then she goes, oh, what's this? An invite. And like a pelican comes in and gives her an invite. And she goes, oh, what's this? Oh, I'd better read it. Smash? I've been invited to Smash, and then it took like another minute to walk out the door and then roll the trailer. So anyway, Isabelle, the yellow poodle, is coming to Smash Brothers, another character that we're all claiming for. Forget Goku. Forget all those other awesome guys. Give us that wee-coloured dog.
Forget Neo.
Forget Kojima. Who else did we have? Other people.
I can't remember.
Ultraman. And then finally, we had a reveal of another logo. That's right.
Ooh.
Animal Crossing. Would you stop hitting the table?
I can't.
Animal Crossing is coming to the Switch. It was, again, another GIF that they put on the screen. It said coming 2019. So that's 3 we have now. Pokemon, Metroid Prime 4, and Animal Crossing. We've got GIFs.
Maybe one day there'll be games.
Well,
Nah.
2000, here's my... All right, so... They didn't foresee the success of the Switch, so they had to hurry something out with Metroid Prime 4 and with Pokemon. I get that. That's fine. Switch has been pretty successful for a while now. Yep. You would think that they would have enough to just give us a glimpse, just a little bit. Yep. Not just another graphic on the screen. I'm sick of graphics on screens.
If it looks anything like the weird Tom Nook bit that was before the logo...
That wasn't Tom Nook. That was the mayor.
What?
Do you know who Tom Nook is? He's the Dalmatian.
What are you guys talking about?
Animal Crossing.
Stop it.
Raccoon,
Just stop talking about it. It's the worst.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who's the...
Tom Nook's the guy who's like, oh, here's your mortgage. And he charges you heaps of money for your house. And you have to eventually pay him
Who's the
off.
banjo dude?
The banjo dude, isn't he just in the intro? Does he actually appear in the game?
Yeah.
I played...
You know a lot about this game that you don't like.
I played Pocket Crossing.
Pocket Camp.
Yeah, whatever that was. That was rubbish too.
Level 82.
Really?
Yep.
You see a lot of her, do you?
Nah.
And that was it. That was the Nintendo Direct, and our thoughts on the Nintendo Direct from today. What did you think of that Direct, Dan?
Too much.
Do you know what else we have too much of? These awesome figures. So you should all come on down to Greenlight Comics and hit up King Kaiju Collectibles and buy some of these awesome kaiju. Look, you can have this pterodactyl guy. He's silver.
No, you're knocking everything down.
I'm not going to touch it.
Come on, man.
He's silver. You got some mole-looking dude.
Yeah, he's
you got a big dragon. You got this massive Ultraman. I've got one of these that's bigger in my house.
It's also
He's like
games.
massive.
Ben's is bigger.
All right. Calm
It's
down.
not.
I'll take those pictures back.
He also sells games.
So he also sells games from Japan. I'm
Retro
actually going to
games.
Japan with King Kaiju. So that's going to be an expensive trip. But King Kaiju Collectibles, come on down. He'll be here at Batman Day tomorrow as well. So travel through time and come say hi.
He was here on the weekend for Batman Day.
There you go. We've travelled in time now. There's a spatial rift between Dan and us. He's in the future.
I just act, but I'm more accurate with what I say.
Yeah. I think if there was any one word to describe you, Dan, it would be accurate.
Yeah. Especially today.
Patreon. We have Patreons, and we love our Patreons because the Patreons support us both physically, mentally, and financially. One of those is more important than the other. It's up to you to decide which one. When you have, head on over to patreon.com/hackthedino, and for as little as $1 a month, that's $1, you've got $1 a month in your back pocket right now. I know, I look. You can have access to our pre-show and post-show, which we did this week.
Oh, yeah.
And was like, we did 2 of them. We did one for the Patreons and one for the everyone.
Yeah.
And the Patreon
For the
one was
everyone.
great. For the everyone.
For the everyman.
The Patreon one was really good. Dan wasn't here. Automatically 5 stars.
Automatically.
Brayden and I sat there, talked about my beard.
Yeah, we didn't I can't remember what we talked about.
Neither can I. I'll probably go back
We
and
talked
watch
for
it.
like 5 minutes and then we went, oh, we should maybe do this on the main one as well.
Anyway, so head on over to patreon.com/hackthedino. We're going to have some new tiers coming in soon, some new goals. For $3 a month, you can get Hack the Dino More, which is a Patreon exclusive podcast. You can go and listen to some samples on the site. Or sign up on iTunes and get the samples through there. It's us talking about everything that isn't comics and video games, where we just ramble, and it's so much fun. And I really hope we hit that $250 a month tier, because that means everyone gets it every week. Well, not every week, in the off weeks. Yeah, that'd be great. So do that.
But
yeah.
what you really should do is pay $10 a month.
$10 a month, you get everything, and special thanks. Like these people here. Yeah, they're awesome.
Can we remember them all off by?
Yep.
There's 8 of them, I
Yep.
think, at the moment.
So we got Tom Pascal.
We got Stephanie Rillo.
Rillo?
Did you say Rizzo?
Rizzo. Alex Lamb.
Fresh from Greece.
Alex Lamb.
We've got Henry Gupta.
Henry Gupta. I was going to remember that one.
We got Michael Towns.
So Michael Towns. We got Karen and Ash.
Karen and Ash.
We have, there's some other ones. Quick.
Yep.
Oh my God. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have started this.
No, you shouldn't have.
And then there were...
Anyway, their names are up here now, and we really appreciate you and everything you do for us. They were here for our live show a couple of shows back. That was great.
That's excellent.
We're going to be doing live shows, 1 a year maybe. And they get bigger and better.
Annually.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Sam and Dat Beard.
Yep. Oh, I think only Dat Beard is for $10.
Oh, yeah, but
Sam.
we just call them the same person.
You know who our favourite is.
There it is.
Okay, topic number 1 for the show. 40 minutes in.
So, welcome to the show.
Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 came out last week.
Ooh.
I own it. I bought it on the day. Brayden?
I got it on that day.
Dan?
I looked at someone playing it on a video on YouTube.
So you haven't played it. I've played probably maybe 2 hours of it.
I watched a bit of someone Twitch streaming it.
Oh, that's how to get the full
I went on
experience of the game.
I went on to I had a look at it and I was like, oh, maybe I thought to myself, maybe I'll get Spider-Man and I'll do some Twitch streaming. And then I looked at it the day Spider-Man came out, and there was just as many people Twitch streaming Spider-Man as there was playing Twitch streaming Fortnite. And I went, probably not worth it. I reckon they've covered everything. Maybe I'll just skip that one.
All right, so being someone who hasn't played it, what do you want to know?
I
I guess we should probably give our thoughts first, actually.
Yeah.
Just
Thought,
cut you
what,
off
do you,
there.
what do you think?
Well, my daughter's name's Parker.
I thought her name was Peter.
No, that was going to be a twin if I had twins. My daughter's name's Parker. She's named after Spider-Man. That's how much this character means to me. And it's great. What else am I going to say?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So they nailed Peter?
They did. Like, what I'm really impressed with is the voice acting.
Yeah?
The voice acting is possibly the best video game voice acting I've ever heard or seen. It's got a little
Considering
bit of that.
Spider-Man doesn't have a mouth.
Well, there's Peter Parker and Mary Jane scenes. And,
Oh, okay. Does he go upside down and kiss her?
no.
I gotta say, their relationship and the scenes of that, my girlfriend was watching the start of the game to begin with, and she was like, I'm so invested in these 2 characters already.
Mary Jane they nailed
Yeah.
because they've...
She got orange hair?
Yeah.
Red?
Yeah. But she's more than that, hence character. She's actually a journalist for the Daily Bugle.
Has she always been that?
No, not at
Yeah.
all. That was always sort of Parker or Betty
yeah.
Parker. So Peter used to work for the Bugle, but now works for
Is
someone
that in
who we
the-
won't say.
Is that in this universe? That's what's happening?
it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
separate universe.
Insomniacs.
Yeah.
Vibe.
So Peter in this game works for a science lab as an apprentice.
Yeah. I'd
Type
say
thing,
apprentice.
a lab technician.
He is quite clever.
He is.
He's smarter than Norman
and
Osborn.
J. Jonah Jameson is a podcaster.
He's got a podcast.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's got a podcast, and he comes on the
Does he have a
airways.
moustache?
He comes on the airways as you're swinging around ranting, and if you do something like you have these missions that pop up, and you can either do the missions like go and save someone from being mugged or stop a getaway car or something like that. You can go and stop these missions, or you can choose to ignore them. And then if you ignore them, 15, 20 minutes into the game, podcast will come on and J. Jonah Jameson will take a call, and it'll be a caller going, oh, yeah, I was in a shop and there was a robbery and Spider-Man just swum past. And he'll go, I knew it, what a jerk, he's only in it for himself and blah, blah, blah. But then if you do get all of them, they call up and they say, oh, no, you're wrong. Spider-Man saved me from a mugging. He's great. He goes, well, I got to tell you, he's...
Have you seen that internet meme where it's got all the scores of the Spider-Man game? So, like, IGN, 9 out of 10. It goes...
No, IGN only gave it 8.7.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, all these, like, great scores. And then it's got Daily Bugle, 0.5. And I'm like, that's pretty funny.
That's amazing.
Like,
So the web sling is really, really cool. Takes a while to get used to.
so that's an art to do?
Not really. It's kind of automated.
What do you
I was
do?
going to say, you can do really basic and you can just hold R2 and it will push you forward and you will do it naturally.
Yeah.
Or you can learn the ins and outs of when to time it and how to web zip and all these other little things.
But you have to sort of unlock that.
Yeah.
Like there's a skill tree for each
That's-
defense, offense.
You get better as you
So
go.
what's it like compared to Infamous? Because the same dudes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Infamous, they're the people doing Ghost of Tsushima. This is
Oh,
the same
sorry,
people who
yeah.
did Sunset Overdrive
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
Ratchet and Clank.
Funnily enough, just a quick aside,
Yes.
they came out and said that in its pre-production stage, Sunset Overdrive was almost Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It's great.
And they're probably thinking, wow, we dodged a bullet there.
As in, it was going to be that.
Battle Royale, yeah.
Sunset Overdrive is probably one of my favourite games on the Xbox.
Great, we're 50 minutes in. Let's go back to Spider-Man.
That's because we
problem
talked
I
about
have-
all that Nintendo's boring stuff.
Yeah. Who wants to talk about news that's actually notable on the day we record?
Nah.
You can run the next show.
I will.
Hi, I'm Dan. Let's talk about me.
And then all the hits.
You can get that on Dan's stream,
Ooh!
where he bumps the microphone again and the table. Like some.
I'm trying-
No more caffeine for you before we film.
What were we talking about?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
One of the missions is you've got collectibles. There's 55 backpacks, which he's lost throughout his 8 years of being Spider-Man throughout the city.
Yeah.
And they're webbed to
Makes
walls,
sense.
and like I mean, they're pretty easy to find. Once you unlock all the towers, like they pop up and you just swing.
So you've
towards
got
it.
like a tower system to unlock map.
Yeah.
Missions like... Who was the first movie that did that? Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed with
That's got that vibe.
Legend of Zelda, that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you unlock all them. So there's some really cool little Easter eggs in there. Like there's a picture of a kid drew you a picture because you got his balloon, which was one of the quests from Spider-Man 2. Just little things. bits
Some
of
little
rhyme and
like
horn.
miladies. To everything.
Tips of the hat. The problem I have with it, Spider-Man's web dissolves within a couple of hours. These backpacks have been there for 10 years.
Oh, this is super web.
Super duper web.
No. Do your homework, Insomniac. I'm not happy about that.
I've seen some of the Spider-Man games and your web dissolves quicker than an hour. Like instantly, it just goes away.
Oh, it's gone.
It also sticks to the sky
In this
for some
game,
reason.
can you shoot webs out and stick them to stuff and everything?
Yep.
Do they stay there?
Yep.
Until you leave, kind of thing,
Oh,
or do
well,
they
you
stay
sort
there
of-
for the whole game?
You swing past. If you're battling and you use the webbing sort of stays there on the ground, or it'll stay. You can web people. You seen
Or do
that
you-
footage of the guy webbing one of the criminals to a car and then saving the
God.
clients, and then the cutscene is you save these people from the car,
Yeah.
and get them out of the way just in time before it blows up.
And so he
One of
webs
them,
him.
Yes.
he's webbed one of the muggers to the car, and the cutscene's coming where he grabs the civilians and saves them, and there's guys stuck to the car, and it blows up.
I've had that multiple times and it's hilarious every time.
You kill people. You knock them off the building,
Yeah.
and they die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's with that? Who cares?
alternate universe.
It's brilliant.
Peter Parker doesn't take any prisoners. I think some of them, if you look over the edge, you
Superior
can see 'em
Spider-Man.
swinging.
Yeah, he like sticks them to the walls of other buildings and stuff.
Yeah, like it's implied that everyone gets saved.
It's like, oh, if he's gonna knock him off the building, he attaches a little thing.
So you
and then it
can,
saves
so
them.
what's it? Is it Grand Theft Auto style? Is it an open world? What's the
It's
world
an open-
like?
so
Is
it's
the
like-
world detailed?
Did you play Spider-Man 2?
Negative. I've never played Spider-Man.
Okay, so you have a main storyline, but at any time you can deviate from sort of like that main storyline unless it's indoors and just do whatever the hell you want.
But is it like, what about the world? Like the other
York.
people? The
New York.
NPCs around, is there like in Grand Theft Auto, there's always stuff happening.
Yeah.
Like, you can walk
Yeah,
down the street and there'll be
There's-
people arguing.
There's
and
like little crimes and stuff.
Yeah.
so you can do random crimes?
Like if you're standing around for long enough, some guy might just come up to you and just start shooting you.
Or you can high five a guy,
You can high five or you
As
can
a
point at
button.
them.
like civilians and stuff. It's
The
great.
NPCs do interact with you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
So
they like take photos of you and
So you can go down an alley and there'll be someone getting mugged and you can
Yeah.
save them.
Yep.
or like a break-in.
Maybe I'll go get it today, which is back in time for the people working here now.
spatial rift. Yeah, I mean, I'm 2 hours in, but now that I've found all those backpacks and started taking all the photos, I'm thinking, well, once I've done the main mission, what is going to be left
So you're
over
going to do
for me?
all the stuff before you start the game.
So
Well, I needed to grind. I'm really bad at this game.
I-
I'm bad at video games. I needed to do this to grind in order to get my level up so I would stand a chance against all the boss fights.
So I'm a lot further into it than you are. I had that same thought early on. I was like, oh god, I'm going to run out of things to do and then I'm just going to do the story and that'll be it.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
As I know, I was going to be fine with it too, but I was kind of going to be like, oh, well, okay. But as you go through, more things unlock. So
Okay,
all
cool.
of a sudden, like, it's
So
like,
there'll be more fetch
there's
questy
different
things and-
bases and there's different collectibles as well, and then all these other little things pop up. And now I'm into the start of the third act of the game, and 2 more new things popped up.
Cool.
And they're all around the city. And it's like,
I
oh,
think-
sweet.
I think I'm really going to enjoy it. I really like Infamous and I really like Prototype.
Yes.
And it has that sticky kind of like...
Yeah, you'll have that same feel with it.
And does it have a lot of physicsness to it? Like you can web a car to
Yep.
another car and then wackiness will happen?
You can do it with guys, so you get little trip mines.
dudes.
You can do it with
if
guys.
if you throw it to
Whatever
a
you wanna
wall,
do.
it'll pull them to it, or if you throw it on a guy, it'll go to the other guy and pulls them together and slam. It's
Yeah, I like pull together...
the gadgets get really cool.
Yeah. What suit are you using, Brayden?
So when I do main story missions and stuff, I use the Insomniac suit with the
Yep.
white spider and stuff.
Does it matter which ones you have? Or is
Yeah,
it
not
aesthetic?
really, no.
What's that
So
word?
Aesthetic?
Aesthetically, no. Each suit comes with a special power or.
Oh, it does,
technology,
yeah.
But you can take that technology and put it to any suit that you
Oh.
want.
So if I,
Oh,
if,
so you
if
unlock
like,
the suits
If
you've
you
got.
like the
Yeah.
suit power of Noir Spider-Man, you can use it on the normal suit Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And how do you get new suits?
By doing the
Levels.
fetch quests.
Oh, so
You
it's
level up with
oh,
XP
yeah.
and
So,
stuff.
yeah, so why wouldn't you do that first?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I really
you get
wanted the
heaps.
Scarlet Spider suit, so
And it's so cool.
it's awesome.
Has
Like,
he got a hood?
yeah, it's classic Ben Riley,
awesome.
red with the blue sweatshirt, Scarlet Spider, and, I'm
And
doing
you're
the
that
whole
now?
game. Yep. Yep. I've also unlocked the Homecoming suit.
Yep.
Both of
Homecoming
them.
is the backpacks, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have the wrestling one? Do you have the
No.
shirtless one?
No.
No,
Oh,
shirtless.
but yeah, Greg Miller.
Yeah,
Greg Miller. So do you know? You don't know who Greg Miller is, do you?
Yeah.
You do?
Nah.
I was going to be legitimately surprised then.
it's like, whoa.
Greg Miller is a very well-known video games journalist. He's one of the co-founders of Kinda Funny Games. Very charismatic guy, huge PlayStation fan. About a year or so ago, they were out shopping and he got a Spider-Man mask. And he came up with this. They just took photos of shirtless Spider-Man. It was just.
Is it just him?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
took off his t-shirt and put on a Spider-Man
Because
thing.
he's very confident with his body.
Yeah.
Is he-
Great for body positivity.
So he's
He's not fit. He's
Yeah,
not
okay.
a fit man. He
No,
likes his
yeah.
food. But yeah, he put it on and then denied he was shirtless Spider-Man and said, look, I'm not shirtless Spider-Man. I just take his pictures, all right? And kept this gag on and kept it going,
He's a
kept it
running
going.
character on all of their shows and everything.
And then the game came out because everyone had played it. The game came out and someone sent him a photo just going, are you in Spider-Man? And it's a picture, a selfie mode because of the photo
Yeah,
mode.
yeah.
A selfie mode of Spidey standing with shirtless Spider-Man. And he came out and said, all right, yeah, I'm in the game.
yeah.
That's
It's the best
amazing.
thing. And something I learnt, that's not a side quest or anything. That's, you cannot miss him as a character in the
Really?
game.
Because I haven't got up
part
to
of
it
he's
yet.
part of the core
I
story.
was not prepared for it, and this mission that he is in is hilarious.
Does he talk?
He has lines. And
Is it
everything.
Miller?
I don't think it's Miller.
Oh.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, would have been.
But he's just like a bit of a dude bro. And he's like, whoa, what's up? And everything. He's like, we're Spider Bros. And it's like,
Dude, bro.
yeah, but you cannot miss him. He's integral to walking through the mission.
All right.
That's good.
Do you have any other questions? Because I'm gonna scrap topic 2 because we're already an hour in,
Yeah.
and I don't want this to go for too
We'll
long.
talk about it another time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will. Next show, I'll make sure I have it.
Well, I don't think I've got much more. I'm going to go play it. So now,
So
I'm,
mission accomplished.
yeah, now I'm convinced of. Does it have Spooderman in it?
Spooderman.
Imagine
No.
it did somewhere. It might have a picture of him somewhere or something.
Possibly.
He's pretty big. Like
There's
that's a
enough Easter eggs
massive
in there.
meme.
Yeah.
Like that is huge.
Yeah. So
his quips and everything that he comes out with, some of them are terrible and some of them are hysterical.
I do also. There's stealth missions, and they're not tedious.
And they like just stick to the
They-
roof
they
and run
feel-
around and stuff
Yeah.
like
They
that.
feel like they make sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, nice.
And they handled the spider sense really well.
What about the puddle?
the puddle. Oh, there's so many puddles.
People need to.
So many puddles.
Do you know the puddle debacle?
Yeah.
People, if you're that worried about the fidelity of a puddle of water that you're not even going to see,
Have you found that puddle yet?
just take a good hard look at yourself.
Have you found it, Brayden?
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
They put an internet celebrity in there as a nod. There's so many nods in there, and you're worried about. You know what? I want to fight each and every one of you. Just line up at the door, take a ticket, and I'll go the smashy. How's that?
You talking to puddles or people?
Either.
Puddle people.
I'll take them all on.
He's gonna turn
All
people
the
into
puddle
puddles.
people are going to line up at your door, and they'll go into one big puddle person, and then just smash you.
Like Hydro Man. He's a Spider-Man, that classic Spider-Man villain.
Is that a real one?
Yeah, Hydro Man.
Cool.
He merged with Sandman once and became Mudman.
Is that true?
That's deadly true.
That's
100% serious.
Maybe I won't go get this game, eh?
Well, that's not part of the game. That was in the comics. Should we quickly do some comic news before we wrap things up?
There we go.
Yeah. Do you want me to do a couple of
Yeah,
little
do
strike-
yours first and then I'll do mine.
Hit it.
I've only got a couple of things on my tiny little list. So, Image has announced a new comic called Die, D-I-E, Die. It's written by Kieran Gillian. Gillian.
He's great. Yeah,
So,
not Karen
for
Gillan.
people who don't know who he is, he's the writer
Not
of
Nebula.
the writer of Wicked and Divine.
Or Amy Pond.
Oh yeah.
And
Or whoever she was in Jumanji.
let me speak. I finally get to talk about something, and you just want to talk all day. And Young Avengers. That's all I wanted to say.
There it is.
So
She's got red hair.
the storyline of the game is basically it's been labelled as a pitch black fantasy, which I like that.
That's cool.
Pitch black fantasy.
What does that mean?
It means dark fantasy.
It just means no one paid the electricity bill.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
scary. It just means you don't manage your finances correctly.
That's scary.
Yeah,
really.
it's about a bunch of adults who have to fight this evil that comes to get them, who they survived as children. They survived battling this evil in their RPG role-playing game, and then it comes back while they're adults in real life, and they have to fight it in real life. That's why it's Die, as in die and dice, like die.
So cool.
It's illustrated by Stephanie Hans. She is the lady that does all the Buffy covers.
Sweet.
So if you guys have seen them, they're so good. And so she's doing all the interior art. So she's super awesome. You got
Is this Image?
Yes.
Yeah.
Image. That's a new image.
That was a legitimate question. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
who
no.
it was.
So that's just been announced. I think I don't think it's up for pre-order yet, but it looks great. And D&D is so hot right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, Rick and Morty's doing D&D, the Adventure Zone graphic novel. We cannot keep in
What
stock.
world are we living in? I grew up in the 90s. I was ridiculed. I'm like the king of the world at the moment.
You want to know what happened? LARPing became a thing, and everyone went, "Oh, so D&D's cool now."
No. Stranger things happened.
No, yeah.
The demo Gorgon, whatever.
We can buy a Super
Grogan?
Nintendo shirt at a local large
You can-
chain of clothing.
Yeah, you can buy a Super Nintendo shirt at JJ's now.
Yeah.
So that's my first bit of news. My second bit of news isn't as big. Giant Days have a new special coming out. It's called Where Women Glow and Men Plunder, and it's set in Australia.
Isn't that the theme to Like one of the lyrics,
that's
Captain
the-
Planet.
No, that's one of the lyrics to Land Down Under.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
right.
women glow and men plunder.
Are they going to get sued as well?
Maybe. And it was really weird because I swore that the writer, what's his name? Something Allison, his last name. I can't remember his name. I thought he was a British dude, but he said like he goes like, I wanted to write something about my past, and he goes, the deeper I went, of course, I'm always going to end up in Australia.
Does he still call Australia home?
Maybe, yes. And he's like, I grew up watching Home and Away, Neighbours. And I'm like, does that mean you're from Australia? Because nothing I could find online says you're from Australia. But name dropping Home and Away and Neighbours is pretty.
Yeah, that's
Pretty risky.
good.
Well, maybe the UK. They have an uncanny fascination with those
Oh,
horrible
yeah, maybe
shows.
it's just he just watched them over there. I never thought about that. Anyhow, there's a new Giant Day special coming out set in Australia, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's all my comic news I've got for today.
Right, all right, I'll be very, very quick with mine. Skybound Stories is a thing that's coming out from Skybound Entertainment. That's basically comic books for the iPhone generation. So I think they're visual novels that they're bringing to tablets and iPhones so they can read.
And Skybound's a subsidiary of Image.
Yes,
Yeah.
owned by Robert Kirkman,
Yeah,
who we
exactly.
know from Walking Dead, Invincible. What else has he done? Heaps of other
Oblivion
things.
Song.
Yeah, Invincible.
Battle Pope.
I said Invincible twice.
Astounding Wolfman.
Marvel Zombies. He did that.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah. Superior Spider-Man is coming back at you. And very, very quickly, I think this is nothing more but a cash grab because it's not written by Dan Slott. It was a very successful, very well-written storyline in The Amazing Spider-Man under Dan Slott's 10-year writing tenure. And all they're doing now is just trying to reap in those dollars
So,
for a popular IP.
In Superior Spider-Man, obviously, it was Dr. Octagon. I was going to say
Dr. Octagon.
Yeah, the rapper. It's got in.
He was bitten by a radioactive trapezoid.
No, Dr. Octagon's a rapper.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, so Dr. Octagon.
What's he a doctor of?
Who, Octagon?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Rhymes.
Doctor of Rhymes.
He's got a PhD in linguistics.
So now I forgot his name. What's his name? Dr.
Octavius.
Octavius his mind got swapped or whatever with Peter Parker. So he was in Peter Parker's body, but he chose to become Peter Parker or whatever.
He wanted to show that he was superior to Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
And
he did.
So in this new storyline, and then they eventually obviously everything went back to status quo, and that didn't happen. So now he accidentally gone back into Peter Parker again.
No, so what he's done is during the Clone Saga, there was a clone of Peter Parker made.
With Doc Ock already in him.
No, well, Doc Ock's genes were spliced in there in order to make it stable. So Doc Ock at the time was in a robot version and swapped his consciousness into this younger, youthful clone of Peter Parker with all of Peter Parker's powers, but looks slightly different because it had Otto's DNA in there. And now what's happened, because he was the superior octopus working for Hydra, exactly that. So now I think Marvel's gone, you know what? Otto now wants to prove that he's the superior Spider-Man again. So we have Miles Morales Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, Spider-Man,
Hey, my Spider-Man.
and Otto Octavius. I don't know what happened there. Otto Octavius. Greek. Oh, voice did a thing. Like
I
turned
washed
red or something.
myself with a rag on a stick.
Oh, you did a quote that people recognise. Very good.
I know.
So now he's
Callback
out-
humour.
It's not a callback. It's stealing someone
I'm
else's
calling
joke.
it back from the time it was on TV.
We've been Hack the Dino.
There was
Well,
also
don't end it.
No, I'm ending it. I'm ending it on
new
that.
number one Miles Morales as well.
Yeah, I said Miles Morales.
Yeah, but there's a new number one.
Yeah, Miles is back. Miles is cool. Follow him. Hack the Dino. What?
And we talked about how Superman, what's his name, stepped down as Superman.
Well, no, he released a video and now he may not be stepping down. So
oh, really?
anyway, and that's movies. We don't talk about that.
No,
Check
fair.
out Vulgar Professionals.
Check out Vulgar Professionals. You're all in one movie podcast where they talk about all that we don't. But on Hack the Dino more, which Brayden and I are filming because you're going to Tasmania, we're going to talk about the Venom film, and I'm going to take a wild guess at what the plot to that film is, and I bet you I'm going to be 98% right.
Is it going to be a man getting the venom on him and then another man getting the venom on him?
No, it's going to be an origin, your typical origin. No, I'm not doing it with you. We're doing it on Hack the Dino more, so keep an ear
It's
out
an
for that.
oregano story.
We've been Hack the Dino, fortnightly pop culture variety, whatever I said at the start of the show.
Yeah, we're trying to drop pop culture.
Bring in the funny. We're bringing all the laughs.
A variety game show.
They're kind of funny. Damn, wait, no.
We're not kind of funny. We're very funny.
It's my new podcast. Very funny.
Very, very funny gaming. You can check us out on YouTube, which you're hopefully doing now. Please hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it because it makes us feel good.
Also,
Feel
check
good.
us out on Twitch under Hack the Dino, and you'll see me every Sunday playing games.
Twitch.tv/HackTheDino.
Yeah, you don't have to say that. They just have to find Hack the Dino.
Also, we're on Instagram. We're on all the social media stuff. So, yeah.
Just search Hack the Dino and then whatever social media thing you want, and we're there.
We now beat that stupid Google Chrome
Yeah.
game. We actually beat it in the search results now, finally.
Yeah, so we're the first thing that comes up when you search Hack the Dino.
Yeah, and then that game.
But you should also, if you are listening to this on the podcast, give us a review on the iTunes store. We got a 5-star review the other week. That was pretty cool. Appreciate that. Gives me the warm fuzzies. And it's not a medical thing like Dan said.
It's not wetting in my pants.
Warm fuzzies.
We're done.